everybody and welcome back to our channel. So this weekend we are having a junior activity. We're calling it the Junior Baking Competition, where all the little kids in our church are going to come to an activity and they're going to get to decorate their own cakes with all kinds of fun things, which I'll show you in just a little bit. But we have to make the cakes first and make sure they're all ready for them to decorate. So why don't you come with me while we get ready for the junior activity, and then I'll show you the finished products. We're going to go ahead, we're doing the Funfetti cake mix today. It's a lot of fun, and I am using cake mix just because there's a lot of kids and a lot of cakes to get through. And I have these fun little, grab them, mini cake pans. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-stack them for them so they can decorate them. But it's going to look like that, and it's, you know, two-tiered cake. So that'll be a lot of fun for them. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get this all ready. Now, whenever I make cake mix, I never just do it the way the box says, just because I feel like even if you're using a cake mix, you can make it taste better. So instead of water, I always add in milk, and instead of oil, I always add in butter, and then I add an extra egg in just to make it a little bit better and taste a little bit better, a little bit more rich. And it does wonders for the cake. Now, one of our kids, they actually have an egg allergy, so we're going to be substituting applesauce instead of egg, which works wonders. So that'll be great for them. But come along with me. We're going to go ahead and get started with these cakes. Okay, so now while that's all mixing up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my cake pans. Now, the cool thing about these is I got them on Amazon. They were $13.99 for a set of 5, which is perfect because it's going to give me enough to make all the different cakes I need. But they came with these little pre-cut sheets of parchment paper, which is just going to make my job so much easier. So I don't have to sit and cut out little circle rounds. Now that we've got our mixture all mixed together and ready to go, I'm going to fill my pans for the first batch. I'm going to go ahead and use a half a cup and put in a half a cup at a time because I've never actually used these pans before. I don't want to overfill them. So I'm going to do half a cup at a time and just see what they are looking like. And that right there looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of these. So since I've never made cakes this small before, I'm going to play with the baking time just a little bit today. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check them and see how they're doing. And if they need more time, I'm going to give them more time. I know with this one, it says for cupcakes, about 19 to 20 minutes. So maybe we'll give them about 20 minutes and see how they bake up. And then we will see, and we will use this as a jumping off point for all the other cakes we need to make. This all in there. Okay. Just need a little bit more out of here just to finish up this last one. And we made it. Okay, I'm just going to tap these down just a little bit. All right, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I am going to let the oven finish heating up, and then we're going to pop them in, and then we'll see where we're at in about 20 minutes. It took them about 20 minutes to bake, but I just pulled it out of the oven, and it looks good. I'm going to have to trim the tops just to stack them, of course, but they're looking good, and they're looking ready for the party. Let me show you. Here it is. I have it here on a cooling rack. It's nice and browned. It's looking great. We're just going to have to kind of even it off a little bit. I think I'll probably put less in next time just because it kind of bubbled up a little bit. All right, so here we are. We're back on day 2 of baking. So yesterday I was able to finish 10 cakes. And so today I have 5 more to finish. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I also need to make the frostings and I need to make the chocolates and all that stuff and make sure all the decorations are set and ready to go on the cakes. So here we go, day 2. Okay, so like I said yesterday, one of our kids does have an egg allergy, so I'm going to make the special cake for him right now. So instead of putting eggs in my batter, I went ahead and I mixed together 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. And then, because my recipe calls for 4 eggs, so I put a 1/4 cup of applesauce per egg. And then a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder per egg. So I went ahead and put in here and made a mixture of applesauce and baking powder. So I did 1 cup of applesauce and 2 tablespoons of baking powder to substitute those 4 eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this in. And then I go ahead and I make the rest of the recipe as is because he can have milk and butter. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my milk and butter, and then I'll show you how this looks once it bakes up. So now I do have it all mixing together here in my stand mixer. I added my milk and my butter. Now I did make sure to make his cake first thing in the morning since everything has been washed last night. It's all fresh and clean. So there won't be any trace contaminants from the cakes I did yesterday that had egg in them to make sure this is completely safe for him to eat because we do not want any kids getting sick at this activity. So it's looking great and the applesauce is incorporating perfectly. Now I have my allergen-friendly cakes all on my cookie sheets ready to go. They're in their little cans. They are looking great. I'm going to pop these in the oven and I'm going to cook them for about 25 minutes. I'm going to put them in there for about 25 minutes at 350 and hopefully they bake up good. They look good. So we're going to try. Okay, so I have my cakes baking. I have everything going. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be making little chocolate pieces for the kids to put on their cakes. I have a tray of hearts. I have some flowers. I don't know if y'all can see that. They're flower shapes. And then I also have some dinosaur molds that we're going to be using. And I have, oh my goodness, it disappeared. I have some pink chocolate here. I also have some blue, some yellow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to make it really cute for the kids. So I have my water steeping here. It's nice and hot. I have my bowl getting nice and hot. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the pink chocolate first. I'm going to pour some in there. Alright, so now I have my nice drizzly chocolate. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fill up my first thing. I'm going to make some hearts first. Alrighty. So I went ahead, whoops, I washed my hands. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy cake tool. Find it. Here it is. Handy dandy cake tool. And I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to smooth out the tops of these so that we don't have so much overlap and so much mess. Alrighty, right there. Get it all cleaned up. Alrighty, down. This first one, hot. Okay. That was not smart, but it's okay. Now, continue doing this the same way for all the rest. Okay, so I look a little crazy, but I've got all the cakes baked, all the chocolate work done, all the sprinkles divvied up. All I have to do now is make the frosting, and of course we're going to assemble the cakes when we get down there. But I wanted to show you guys how the chocolates came out because they look so cute, and also how the sprinkles and the frostings out. Here's the chocolates. There's some turtles and there's dinosaurs. There's flowers underneath of this. There's also hearts, but they're buried down in there. You can see the little sea turtles and little starfish. Some of the starfish lost limbs in the process, but I feel like it makes it look a little more realistic, so we're going with it. And then I have all these sprinkles. I went ahead and divided them up into little cups so it's easier for the kids to pick and grab. All different colors. And then, of course, we have all our frostings. I have this pretty blue. This, can't really tell on camera, but this is a different blue. I have green, we have purple, and of course we have pink. So we have all the fun colors for the kids to choose from. So I think it's really coming along, and I'm so excited, and I think it's going to be a great activity tonight. I also went ahead and put their names on all the different cake boards so everybody would know where their place is. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you when we actually get set up. Alright, so I'm back from picking up Eli from school, and we're getting ready to make our frosting. So I went ahead and I put in our butter, and I started to whip that. And so let me see if I can show you guys that. So we have our butter whipping there. We're getting ready to mix in our powdered sugar. And Eli, you're going to be helping Mama?
Yeah.
Eli's going to help Mama.
Yeah.
It's going to be perfect. Alrighty, so Mommy's going to shift this, and then you can dump it in, okay? My first batch done, and now I'm working on batch number 2. The first batch came out really, really well. It looks perfect. It has the perfect consistency. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge, and then I'm going to continue working on this second batch. Alright, so we're finally here. We got everything set up. We're ready for the activity. I'm going to show you what we did. So here we have markers. They're going to be able to design their cakes there and do everything there. We have some salty snacks to kind of mitigate the sweet. So we set them all up. And then up here, we have all their cakes set up with their names. We have their sprinkles all set out, their chocolates, all the toppings, all the different frostings. We're going to get the other frosting in the piping bag, so we'll show you what the end result looks like.
Mom, I'm done. Mom, I'm done.
Good, it looks excellent now.
Just a week.
Bye.
Wait, how are you pouring the chocolate chips on the bottom?
Seth, show me your cake.
Swirlies cake. There's going to be a line with a swirl of chocolate chips at the top. With one of those big chocolates in the middle.
Go.
You have the hands.
Start from here. No, not from here. Start from up here. It's going to come out. Doesn't it?
What do you think, Josie? Seth, come over here. Show me your cake.
Swirlies cake. There's a swirl of the chocolate chips.
Damn, I can't see your face. Damn.
I'm currently getting the real birds. I'm not doing. I use 2.
If you could get down next to your cake, and then we could.
Alright, well, we just finished with the activity, and we had so much fun. It went off so very well. Everyone loved the cakes and the frostings and the chocolates and everything that we did. And so we had a great time. We're all cleaned up. We're getting ready for bed. I'm exhausted, but it was a good day. So keep the faith. Subscribe.